So today we are going to review Rabta. What a beautiful name to a film that is...
Rabta means an unexplained connection. What is the story about? Unexplained.
We are talking about reincarnation. We are a nation which has a mythology which deals with this sort of subject.
What a powerful subject reincarnation is. But the trouble is that the film is treating reincarnation so flippantly. The entire style of the film is so disjointed and in a way comical that reincarnation becomes just a side story. It's like, I was in Goa last week, that sort of thing. Reincarnation, some of those great stories that we've had, like Madhumati, there is Karz, there is Om Shanti Om. These were spellbinding films.
In terms of storyline, as mentioned, it is a very disjointed story where in one space, suddenly in a time-lapse situation, people meet. You're forcing flashes of underwater sequences which you already know are going to get to a point where you know that the woman has drowned or the guy has drowned and she has to save him or something like that is supposed to happen, and there is nothing for you to await.
It appears that the writers, and by the way, one of the writers is called Siddharth, part of the duo Siddharth Garima. I can assure you it's not a reincarnation of this Siddharth. The writer and the director seem to have fallen in love with the dialogues. It should have been a radio show, not a film.
It is unbelievable that you have the cheesiest lines available. I actually didn't know that we could write lines like this. मेरा कुछ part chocolatey भी है भाई. अगर तेरा part chocolatey है तो मैं आज से diabetic.
उफ कितना cheesy है तू.
ये भी मेरा कुछ part chocolatey भी है. I didn't say that. He did.
Beautiful beginning to a very obnoxious and cocky character played by Sushant Singh Rajput, with Kriti Sanon being a kind of almost like a bimbet compared to the way they are talking to each other or relating to each other.
Kirti, apart from the fact that the only part in the entire film where you are actually drowning in the water, there is some expression on her face. And that's probably where she should be. She should be submerged underwater now because that's the only place she can act.
When the villain, played by a gentleman called Jim Serb, and by the way, he has a presence, he has some lines, but the way that he treats them is almost comical in some cases. It becomes a foolish character. You laugh at him, he is not villainous. In the interval, for some reason, he has kidnapped Kriti and is taking her to his great palace in a helicopter, and he turns to his henchman and he says, "Kill him." And we wonder, who is he referring to? Not the director by any chance.
Sushant, please, तुम्हें हो क्या गया है? You are trying to mimic Khal Drogo? The man's a god. Baba, you take your shirt off, you don't take it off. It's never, ever, ever gonna make you someone like him. Game of Thrones is an epic series. Mr. Vijayan, how can you actually just completely pick an entire sequence out and put some really cheap lines to it and convert it and say that this is a film? Your whole second half, your whole tribal sequence, unfortunately, the way you have even shot it, is laughable.
I have great admiration for Dinesh Vijayan as a producer of films which I have admired, like Cocktail or Hindi Medium. You see, like the character in Hindi Medium, who finds it difficult to understand the English medium, film is a medium to be understood. And therefore, you need to step into it with great care. I don't think this film has indicated any sensibility that the producer has actually exhibited in making a film. I can't for the life of me understand where Sushant is able to find a bottle of mineral water on a deserted beach for his panting lady love. I can't understand how, when a person is thrown into the water with weights on his legs and with a wound, deep wound, suddenly he can be rescued by Kriti Sanon. All of a sudden, when she is actually promised to the other man, or promised herself to the other man. This again happens towards the end. Now this time he's shot and thrown into the water, and again she does the same thing and rescues him. How is all this happening?
So Rabta is a film that you should be watching. All you film students, all people who are ever wanting to make a movie should watch this film, because this film is the best example, and I mean it, the best example of a movie, that's if you can call it that, of what not to do.
So my friends, I rate this film at 0 out of 5. Yes, that's right. I'm serious. 0 out of 5 because the director and the writers have neither respected the norms of filmmaking nor have they respected the audience. And that is the super sin in today's contemporary cinema. They need to be reincarnated to become two different people, three different people if you like, two writers and one director, to make this film or another film like this again.
Guys, trust me, I have never given this rating before. It is absolutely the very first time I'm going to do this, and I'm so happy that I'm doing it for this film. So my rating for The Connection, the reincarnation of Rabta, is 5.
5.
ठीक है तू? 5.
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? You giving it 5?
हाँ 5, मगर तुम यार 5 point nonsense वाले बहुत ज़्यादा बातें करते हो. Guys, listen to what I have to say. Shant. So, what I am saying is, I'm giving it a -5 rating, भाई लोग. -5. पिक्चर ऐसे मत बनाओ, तुम लोग ये फिल्म के लिए टिकट्स मत खरीदो, मगर as usual, every week we will always have for you 2 tickets please.